after the 1st of January 2020. Now, the septic tank ban, okay, it's so nicknamed because if I just show you this, look, have a look at this, right? Let me just show you this. Lots of people are angry, not with me, but I'm just a messenger trying to tell people, look, if you get one of these government compliance forms, a lot of these problems will go away. This is where we're getting to. They're free. Don't want any money off you. I just want to help you make your septic tank legal before the 1st of Jan 2020. Look, so let me just show you this, right? Here is Google. Just literally go onto here, right, and type in .gov. I just want to show you where all these rules and regulations are. Well, .gov. There we go. We got the government main website. There it is. Look. So I'm going to click on there, and here we go. We got welcome to gov.uk. So let me show you where these general binding rules are, because as I said, many people are fed up with Brexit and fed up with this, and they're fed up with that, and for septic tank owners, these are just more rules and regulations that are just doing their heads in. I'm just a messenger. Unfortunately, the messenger gets shot if he's got bad news. Well, I suppose the bad news is that the septic tank ban is coming whether you like it or not. I'm going to show you exactly what that ban means in a minute, but I got some really, really good news for you. That's the whole point I do this. It's free and there's good news. Let me just get back to this government website. So go on to the .gov website when you get 5 minutes and type in, there we go, I've already done it there, but I'll type it in. Look, general binding rules and press return. So you're only going to be interested really in the first 4 subcategories that come up here. So let's go for this one, the general binding rules. Okay, so here we are on the government website now. .gov website. Okay, so there it says general binding rules. Well, binding means that when it comes into force, it's, you know, you have to obey it. That's what it means. You know, you can't get away from that. So the general binding rules, small sewage discharge to surface water. Now, here we go. Now, this is the bit people think, I'm making up, but this is why I've taken you to the government website to show you. It says there, rules you must follow, rules I must follow, not just you, but me too. If your septic tank or small sewage discharge treatment plant releases liquid into surface water. All right, so let's just stop there. All right, so on the 1st of Jan 2020, these rules come into force whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not. That's the bad news. As I said, I've got some really good news to show you. But let me just explain exactly what that means, okay? So let's just swap the screen now onto here. Okay, so this is a typical house. And this kind of typical scenario I'm about to show you is a typical septic tank that will be banned after the 1st of Jan 2020. So let me show you this. Okay, so you've got a lovely country house here. So let's move into the septic tank here, all right? So here, you've got a concrete septic tank here, okay? You've got the outlet pipe that's going into a watercourse. Not all septic tank outlet pipes go into a watercourse, agreed, but some do, all right? And the general binding rules is targeting those ones that do. So let me show you this. Let's just take the grass away here, all right? So there we go. So there's your septic tank, all right? Let me zoom out, give you context a bit. So there we go. There's a typical house and a concrete septic tank. All right, so let's go into the septic tank now. Let me show you what happens, okay? All right, so there's the septic tank. Let me just take off the tank panel. There we go. All right, so that's typically what it looks like inside a septic tank. You've got an inlet pipe and you've got an outlet pipe. And what happens is all the sewage effluent makes its way into here. All right, I've called that poo water, okay? Poo water, because that's what it is. So all the poo water goes in, all right, and it fills the septic tank up. And then what happens is this, all right? So it fills in here, and then when it hits a certain level there, it will then discharge into the stream here. So let me show you that. All right, so here's the discharge pipe. So let me just do this. Look, here we go. Just bear with me. All right, so the sludge comes out of the pipe, and then you've got that. And that's exactly what happens. And that is what the UK government are trying to ban after the 1st of Jan 2020. That's why it's called the septic tank ban. Now, agreed, many people are stressed about this because, you know, if they're one of these people who are in that situation, what are their alternatives? What's the solution? Well, let me go back to the government website for you. Government website, here we go. All right, so let's go back to the government website and I'll show you. All right, so these are the rules you must follow if your septic tank or small sewage discharge releases discharges liquid to surface water. So I've just shown you an example of that. So let's scroll down the page here. All right, there's lots of information that you can read in your own leisure, but I'm just getting to the point quickly, okay? All right, so it says here, there you go. Here we go. You must have your treatment system repaired or replaced if it's not in good working order. For example, if it has leaks or cracks in the tanks or walls or the pipes, or it's got blocked pipes, the signs that the effluent's not draining away properly, pools of water around the drainage point, sewage smells, a failed motor, a failed pump, or failed electricity supply. So they're targeting sewage treatment plants as well. But this is the point here. So let's just go back. So this is the main culprit. If you're discharging directly into a watercourse, then all right, boom, ban straight away. Let me show you another example. So let's say this is your septic tank here, and let's say it's not discharging into the watercourse. So let me just give you another example here. Let's put the tank panel back on. All right, so any, okay, let me just give you a quick example here. So any septic tanks, bear with me a second, you'll see what I'm doing now. I'm just actually putting this into a color so you can see. Okay, here we go. So let's say your septic tank has got cracks in the side of the wall and the sewage effluent is leaking into the ground via like that, or like that, or both of them. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Let's go back to the government regulations here. And it said, if your sewage treatment system has got leaks, okay, let's just go in a bit closer for you. Get off. There you go. Has got leaks, or there's cracks in the tank walls or the pipes, then it must be repaired or replaced. And that's it. That is the septic tank ban in a nutshell. It's called the septic tank ban because when the government officials come around, they'll actually stop your septic tank, right, from you using your septic tank. If they come round and they see what the hell's going on here, right? So let's just put the grass back on for a minute, right? Give it a tiny bit more context. There you go. So they come round to your property, they walk down the edge of your garden, they come down to the garden here and they look down and they see it's doing that. Then they'll just stop you from using it and they'll force you. They'll put an order on it and they'll make you get a company in to repair or replace your system. So that's the bad news. So what's the good news? Well, let me show you the good news now, right? It doesn't have to get to this stage. Let me show you this. Let me just open up another thing here, right? This form here, let me just minimize that for a minute. This form here is called a government compliance form, okay? And it will save you thousands of pounds and it'll save you loads of hassle, right? Let me show you, right? It's free, by the way. There's no catch, there's no con. This isn't, there's no sales pitch at the end of this broadcast. Let me just show you this. septictank.co.uk. All right, let me just show you this. Okay, so here we go. Let me just type that in actually. Let me put this in HTTP. There we go. Brilliant. All right, so this is my website here. It's Septic Tank. Oh no, you can't see it, can you? Hold on. There you go. This is my website here. It's septictank.co.uk. Now, on the left-hand side, top left-hand side, when you go on my site, you'll see how to beat the septic tank ban, make your septic tank 100% legal and fully compliant. So what you do, you just click on that, right? And it will take you to here. When it loads up, there we go. So there's a lovely video picture of me. I'm not going to win any Oscars, but the point is, if you play the video there when you get a minute, let me just turn the volume up. I'm not going to play it all.
To watch this video on the 1st of January.
All right, so I just go on to explain a little bit more, but I show you, and this is what the form looks like, okay? So this information on the page, it explains basically what I've just explained to you, but if you scroll to the, there we go, there you go. If you scroll to the bottom there, it'll show you the government compliance form, and all you've got to do is literally just put your name. So I would put Jason in, and your email address, which would be like, I don't know, for me, sales at septictank.co.uk. So sales at septictank.co.uk, then click submit, and I'll send you your free government compliance form. And when you get your form, right, all you need to do is fill in the blanks. On the page here, you'll see that there's X amount of blanks, okay? So you'll explain what kind of sewage system you've got, how often you have it empty, what kind of maintenance you do to it, if you've had it repaired, if you've had it replaced, etc., etc., etc. And basically, what happens is the government inspector will come round to your property, and he'll say, "Have you got a government compliance form?" And you'll say, "Yes, I have. Here it is." He'll have a look at it. He'll think, okay, okay, so you got that system in, you've been doing this, you've been doing that, you've been doing that, you've been doing this. Okay, fantastic. Okay, no problem. Then he'll see that as a responsible septic tank owner, so if you have got any problems that develop subsequently, they won't be so hard or so harsh on you, because they'll see, well, look, he's kept his septic tank in good working order. We believe him. Okay, so we're not going to ban your septic tank. We'll allow you to get this fixed within a certain time period. That's the first thing. Number two, when you come to sell your property, the solicitors buying your house, right, representing the people buying your house, will ask you for a government compliance form. Most people don't even know what it is. They'll say, we haven't got one. Let me go and try and find the receipts from the septic tank emptying. And the solicitor will get them, and they'll say, okay, these receipts say you've got a system and you've had it empty, but they don't tell us anything else. They don't tell us the condition of it, how old it is, etc., etc., etc. And then the people will come back to you and they'll say, we want to put a new system in, and we want to knock the price of your house down by whatever it's going to cost for a contractor to put it in. Can be anywhere from 7 to 15 grand. Most people will be really angry at this point and say, oh, I'm not dropping my house price by 15 grand. But they'll find that they keep coming to this same problem all the time. And just for a peaceful life, they'll just knock it down 10, 15 grand to sell the house and get rid of the problem. But if you've got one of these forms, the problem just goes away. Just goes away. You just give that to your solicitor. He'll have a look at it. And he'll say, okay, this is your system got, and you won't have to knock your house price down. So that's all you have to do. So get yourself a government compliance form, and that will protect you and your septic tank from the problem of having to deal with all this legislation when it comes into force on the 1st of Jan 2020. So listen, thank you very much for your interest, for taking the time out to watch this live broadcast today. If you want any free help, if you want any free information about septic tanks, any free advice, then all you need to do is just go to septictank.co.uk. I've got loads of free stuff on here. You've got Septic Tank TV, tons of free stuff like live broadcasts and stuff I've done. But the point is, look, if you want free help, free information, just go to septictank.co.uk, email me or ring me, and I will sort and fix your problems out for you. Most of my solutions I give are free, 99.9% of them. Sometimes, well, many times I go to site, do site inspection, stuff like that. So if you've got a septic tank and you're worried about it, or you're worried about conforming, the first thing I seriously recommend that you do is just get yourself a government compliance form. As I said, they won't cost you a penny. It's free to get, save you a lot of hassle when all these rules and regulations come into force. And there you go. So thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you